What's up, everybody? It's the Bipolar Prophet, and welcome back to Old Ridge Farm and Farming Simulator 15. Forgot what I was going to say there. So, first of all, let me say a couple things. First of all, let me apologize for the lack of videos recently. Between being sick, between losing my voice, and between, to be honest, losing a little bit of motivation. Not so much to play, but to record. I've been having all kinds of problems with my throat, with my tongue, and it makes talking very difficult. You can probably hear that I'm very lispy. Because my tongue is just driving me crazy. I've been to the doctor. They've run some tests. I'm waiting for some results. I don't know what's going on. And anyway, it makes it difficult to talk. So, of course, because, these are Let's Play videos and I need to talk, it sort of drains my motivation to actually make videos. But I decided today, you know what? I'm going to sit down and I'm going to try and I'm going to make a video. And again, I never feel like I have to make a video, ever. I just want to, and I miss it, sometimes what happens with me is I will lose motivation to do something and I just won't do it, and then I'll never get it back. So if I don't try to do it, there's a good chance that I may never make another video. Now, I doubt that because the way I am, I'm up and I'm down and all that. You guys know that. But, so anyway, so we're here on Old Ridge. Now, as you can see, we're over here on Field 12. What are we doing on Field 12, BP? I thought you didn't own Field 12. Well, if you guys remember, a while back, I sort of alluded to a project that I was asked to be a part of. And I couldn't really talk about it because all the details were sort of still in flux. Well, now things have moved forward to the sort of execution phase of this project now. So, what's going on? Well, first of all, you can see that Field 12 has been split basically in half. And what's going on is this. If we jump out and we run over here, and if we run through the hedge, you can see a line of hedges has been placed down here between Field 12. This part of Field 12 has been cultivated, and what's going to happen is this. A while back, I was approached by the same company that runs the Old Ridge BGA and asked if this area over here, if you guys remember, when I first came to Old Ridge, this was a storage yard over here. It had a silo. I had some buildings and stuff. And they weren't in great shape, and I wasn't using them, so I took them all down. And the people who own the BGA, the company who owns the BGA, contacted me and asked me if I'd be interested in maybe leasing this land or allowing them to use this land to put down what they call a compost master. It's a machine that makes compost out of ordinary things like wood chips, things like straw, things like grass. Basically, what it does is it mixes it all up, it cooks it all down. It's a very quick process, from what I understand. And then it makes a compost that they actually brought me some samples over here from another facility, another machine that they have in another part of the UK. And it makes this. And then what they can do is they can sell it to farmers in the area. They can sell it to people who want to put it in their gardens and things like that. And they said this would be a perfect area to do it. Now, they have a little bit of a different system. A lot of compost machines basically just take in garbage, and not garbage, but organics, waste straw, things like that. What they're actually going to do is they're going to take this area right here. They worked out a deal with the owner of this field, bought the entire Field 12, which stretches all the way over there, I should point out. And they're going to plant what's called super trees in here. Sustainable trees that grow very quickly, trees that can be cut down, chipped up, put into this machine, mixed with other things, grass, straw, manure, things like that. And they're going to make this compost, and they're going to sell it. And it's going to... it should be very cool, is what I was trying to say. I was trying to think of what I was trying to say there. There was a lot of information. They sent me a DVD. They sent me a huge packet of information. And one of the other things about it is that I will technically be running it. It will technically be my operation. I will share in the profits of it a little bit because I am basically donating the land. I haven't given it to them, but they are going to use it. Now, one cool thing about all that was that we came to an agreement that because they bought Field 12 and they don't need it all, that I get to use what's left. So we're going to use the far end of 12 there to put arable crops on, and we're going to use this end over here. As you can see, it was already plowed to begin with, and then sort of left in this state. We're going to turn this. We're going to extend what I call the storage meadow here out to here, and this is all going to be grass. So I already have Perry over here, power harrowing. We spread muck down. You can see the the nutrient levels aren't bad. Spreading muck, you really want to plow it in, but since this was already plowed, I didn't want to go through that step again, so we're just going to power harrow it in, and then we're going to plant grass over here. So I might as well get him going again. That makes sense, right? As soon as I find the course, it's going to have some weird name because it's a temp course. Assuming I can find it. New store meadow, temp markers. Nope, that's not the one. That's the markers. Where is it? There it is. Like I said, it's just a temporary course, so it's going to have a weird name. And driving course. Hopefully that will put you in the right spot. Yep, very good. I can probably turn these off now. My lag has returned, and I think I know what's causing it. I went through my mod folder again and got rid of a bunch of mods that were kicking up errors. I think what a lot of it is the fact that I have so many different things going on now. I seem to have an issue with Soil Mod. Soil Mod kicks up errors about foliage and channels, and me not having enough channels for the foliage, which isn't true, because if that was the case, the map wouldn't load at all. But I think what it is because I'm doing so much field work and I'm doing so many alterations to the fields, and I'm putting down muck and slurry, and I'm putting in soil mod grass, that I honestly think the game is a little confused. The game does load, it does work. It's just a little laggy. It's not awful at the moment, but it was real bad yesterday. But we will see how that goes. Okay, so while he's doing that, he's going to be over here for a while. This meadow is now going to be pretty big, which is cool. Grass is hopefully not going to be a problem anymore after this. What we're going to do is, you can see we're over here. I've got Perry over here with the load all. We've been loading manure, solid manure, and spreading it on field 12 over here, because I want to get this field ready to go so that we can plant wheat over here. So, you can also see that we picked up a new muck fork. If I run in the right direction, it would help, huh? Picked up a new muck fork. This is from the CZ pack, the CZD mod Passion pack. This is one of the new pieces that came with the latest release. I figured it was time to have one. We move a lot of muck, so time to have a muck fork. And this one's pretty cool, and I like it. So, anyway, all right, let's go ahead and hop into this. Get this fired up. Try to remember where I left off, which I believe is over here. Now, this field's been sitting here for a very long time, and hasn't been used. So I really kind of went ham on this field. I put down slurry, and now I'm putting down muck on top of it. So, again, in the game, it doesn't really have that much of an effect, because once you put one thing down, it sort of reads that. But I have so much muck, and I figure, why not use it, right? One thing I am going to do, though, is I am going to use GPS, because it's easier. No offset, please. And set that up, and we're on the right speed already. Yep, very good. Get that going, get you over to the course, and turn that on, turn that off. So I finally, I got smart, and I brought over about 3 trail loads of muck instead of running back. Obviously the dairy is only right there, but it's still quicker to bring over a big pile of muck and refill it over here than it is to run back and forth all the time. So yeah, this is something that's been in the works for quite a while. About 5 months now. And obviously there was a lot of permits that needed to be, got from the council and everything. And to be honest, I'm surprised the Crawford Browns didn't put up a big stink about this, because I know they would very much love to just, level this all off, landscape it, put, $500,000 houses down here. But, luckily the income for the parish sort of outweighed their desire to put houses down here. And the rest of the members of the council apparently decided that this would be a good plan, would be a good thing for the parish and everything, so I'm glad they did. And it means that I get to use, field 12 over here, which is a huge field. This is a massive field. I can tell you right now, I've already considered buying a bigger seeder. I'm going to need one, I think, because that 3-meter seeder, it's going to take forever to plant this field. So got to get over here and cultivate this afterwards. Probably jump in the big case once I get done with the lag, that is. Jump in the big case and bring it over and start cultivating this field. so we can get it planted. This will be up later, obviously, than everything else, but that's fine. I have no problem with that. Stop a boat there so I can turn around. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the story with the lag is. You know, I haven't added anything to the map. I've added absolutely nothing. I haven't added any fruit types. I haven't added any fill types. I haven't added anything to the map. So I don't know what its sort of dilemma is, you know. It seems like every so often I start getting soil mod errors, and I don't know why. I was using the newest version of soil mod. That was giving me problems. I backdated to a version before that. That was working fine, and now it's back to its old tricks again. I don't know. It's almost like I have to jumpstart the map. You know when you get a car that doesn't want to start, and you crank it, and finally it fires over. That's kind of how the map is becoming. It gets to the point where it'll start to load. You'll get that error. Giant's engine has stopped working. You'll load it again. You'll get the error again, and then on the third time it'll actually load. Now I know that means there's something wrong with the map, and I go through my log, and the only errors I'm getting after I get rid of any wonky equipment mods that are in there, the only errors that I'm really getting are soil mod errors. So, and I don't know what it is, and I guess I need to go over to Modding Central and start asking some questions, and let some of the modding experts over there sort of guide me into how to fix this. Because obviously I get scared every time that happens because I can't lose Old Ridge. I just can't. It's too much a part of me. It's too much a part of the channel. I enjoy it way too much. So. Still Monday, obviously. It's 12 o'clock. It's about 4.5 hours later than it was the last time you guys were with me, because I have been very busy doing all this, as you would imagine. The company that is going to come down and put that compost master down, obviously we got to get the trees in the ground first. They're going to bring the equipment. They want me to do it. So, okay, while I have a little bit of time to do it, we'll get it all set up for them. And then they'll bring the compost master down whenever they do. Apparently it comes in on a bunch of parts on trucks, so. Gonna need to refill this again. And we'll stop right about there. We'll go fill this up. Get GPS to sort of give up there. There we go. One of those times I wouldn't mind having a bigger manure spreader. But this one works really well. I've had this one for a long time, and I like it, so no real need for a bigger one. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the little sort of, I don't know, radio video I did. Radio video. Does that even make sense? Oh yeah, it helped that this was running. I got to get fuel in this thing too. It's funny. I was thinking about that. Brakes. Thank you. I was thinking about that one night. I made that video pretty late at night. And I was thinking about, I wanted to do something for the election and everything. Because that's a really cool sort of, it's funny. It's one of those role play things that are outside of farming, right? That has nothing to do with farming, really. And I'm like, I want to do something, neat for that. And I started to look at these text-to-speech things, trying to figure out how can I get it so maybe it sounds like I'm being, interviewed on the radio, right? And I finally found one that had a pretty natural-sounding voice, and I put that together, and it was a lot of fun. And I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I really enjoyed doing it. I like doing that kind of stuff, So, and speaking of the election is coming up tomorrow. Tomorrow being Tuesday here in Old Ridge. And if you are a resident of Old Ridge, if you live in the Old Ridge area, I would very much appreciate it if you went down and voted, and I hope you vote for Mike. Because if you are a resident of the Old Ridge area, you know that Mike is the guy. Mike is going to be the guy that, that helps the farmers and helps the community and everything else. Whereas this other guy is I really believe is just going to be, a plant for the Crawford Browns. He doesn't care about us. He doesn't care about the valley. He doesn't care about the parish, He's just there to help the Crawford Browns make more money, so. And really, this is just the first step in the journey. It's the first step, for Mike to get him on the district council, where he can, unseat Mrs. Crawford Brown. And then we can finally put an end to this nonsense once and for all with them. And hopefully what that'll do is it'll open up the council so that other people on the council will not be afraid to vote against, what they want. If it's bad for the parish. Now, I'm not saying every idea they have is bad for the parish, because it's not. But most of them are geared solely towards their own advancement. And that's not why you have a council. That's not why you get into politics, you know. You get into politics because you want to help your community, you want to help your area, you know. And the Crawford Browns have forgotten that. It's all just about power and money for them. So I might have brought just enough of this over. I thought I might have either brought not enough or too much. Obviously, this field is huge, so. Oh, excuse me. I'm still sick too. I got better, and now I'm getting worse again. So that's what made me go to the doctors. If I got it in there, it would fill up faster, BP. I started to get a little concerned about the way I feel in general. You know, I just don't feel well. So I figured it was time to go see the doctor and find out what's going on. Of course, you know, you go to the doctors and they run all kinds of tests and things. You know, and so now it's just waiting for results, waiting for phone calls, see what the hell it is. You know, whether it's a virus, whether it's just a cold or whatever. So, oh, excuse me. I'm gonna cough. I'm very sort of congested today too. So, and I apologize if my voice sounds a little. If I sound a little down, I'm really not. It's just the way that, because of my tongue hurts and everything, kind of changes the way my voice sounds. So, all right. And I'll be honest, the lag problem, you know, where it disappears and then it comes back, and, you know, it's kind of annoying, so it's making it less fun, but still, I mean, obviously it's still fun, so otherwise I wouldn't do it. Oh, it's going to take a long time to cultivate this field, too. Even with that big cultivator, even with that big Great Plains cultivator I have, it's still going to take quite a while. No, where did I leave off? Luckily, the tire tracks are still sort of, they disappeared as soon as I get over there, of course. Let's see, that's solid north. So right about here, it looks like I want to be. Yep, that looks about right. Get you set up on there, get you going, and get you going. And we can actually jump in the cab. And sort of look out the back window, I guess, right? There we go. Very nice. Now, you can see that the soil nutrients are still not great over here. That's mostly because this stuff hasn't had a chance to work in or anything yet. As we cultivate it in, you get half the benefit from cultivating it versus plowing it, but I don't want to plow this field again. It's too big, and my plow's too small, so. And I don't have a tractor big enough to use a plow that you would use on this field anyways. It's better in the middle. The edges of the field are a little rough, but that's okay. I don't really have an issue with that. It will all balance itself out in time. So let me say thank you to everybody who's been leaving me well wishes and things like that, you know, in the comments and on Facebook, and people who've been, you know, chatting with me on Steam and stuff. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. You know, I go through these phases where I either don't feel good or, you know, I'm just not mentally there as much as I'd like to be. But I'm working it, you know, I'm working it through, and I have to do that. You know, it sort of violates my if I don't want to make a video, I won't policy. But I know myself enough to know that if I just, you know, sit around and don't make videos, I may never make another one. And I don't want to do that. I want to make videos. So sometimes I have to force myself. And I don't want it to sound like it's mailed in, because it's not, because I am enjoying myself. You know, it's still fun, guys. It's still fun to do it. It's still fun to be here on Old Ridge. It's still fun to play the game, you know, so. We've been having a great discussion over on Modding Central about, you know, Farming Simulator 17 and what we'd like to see, you know, and all that. And that's been awesome, you know. A lot of great ideas. As far as actually seeing any of them, I doubt it, you know, because let's face it, that game is probably done. Farm Sim 17 is probably finished, you know, and they're just now working on, you know, the packaging and all that, the distribution and all that sort of stuff, the money end of it. They'll release it. It'll be a little buggy here and there. They'll patch it, you know, as all games are nowadays. That's how it's done. So whatever features are in it are going to be in it, you know. And I doubt that any of the really cool things that we'd all like to see are in it, you know. I don't think you're going to see it going more towards a pure simulator, just because they want to sell it to as many people as possible. They want to sell it to people playing consoles. They want to be able to make a mobile version of it. You know, it's just the business model. It's just how it is. So, you know. But hopefully there'll be some. We know there's going to be some new equipment, you know, which will be interesting. Real, you know, Massey's in the game, so we'll see how they handle it, I guess. A couple more passes of this, and we'll be done with this. and probably be cultivating in the next episode, because this obviously took a long time to do. This is a big field, as I said over and over and over again. Been a fairly long day here in Old Ridge already. It's going to be a fairly long night. Not long night, but long afternoon too. So lots of stuff to do. I don't know when they're coming with the tree planting equipment, you know, and the saplings and everything. So from what I understand, these trees are. I'm going to go fill this up again so I don't have to stop in the middle of a row. From what I understand, these trees they've been bred to grow quickly, to grow straight. So, you know, I guess what's going to happen is they're going to plant that whole area over there with these trees. They're going to cut down a row. They'll run it through some sort of chipper, put it in a compost machine, mix it with some other stuff, and then replant, you know. So that way it's constantly a sustainable thing, which is really cool. I think that's a great idea. So, all right, you stop right there. Let me jump out. The lag. Every so often the lag just kicks up hard, and I can't do anything about it. So we'll just sit here for a minute, I guess, while the tractor decides to let me out. There we go. I don't know. I don't know what's causing it. Oh, I really don't. Looks like we're going to have just enough muck left. Cool. Awesome. Might have a little more, actually. A little more than we need, maybe. I will say I really like these forks. It's cool they have this steam sort of effect on it when you pick it up. Now, this manure here has been sitting over there. This is part of the compost pile of manure that's been sitting over there in my my dairy yard for a long time. So I don't know that this would actually be steaming, but I guess it would be. You know, even when composted manure steams, because it sits there, you know, and there's all kinds of organisms and whatnot going on inside it, so... you know, I was thinking about this when I was doing this earlier, because I did quite a bit of this off screen, obviously. One thing I'd like to see them fix is that if you dump something in a tipper, you know, with a bucket or with a fork or whatever, and you don't get it in there, right, that it makes a little pile next to it, so you don't just lose it. Because, you know, there's times when you're doing this and you're like, you know, I didn't get it in there because it's some, you know, your depth perception or whatever, and you can't see it. And the stuff just disappears, and that's annoying. Because in real life, if you miss, it would just dump down the side and make a little pile next to where, you know, next to the tipper, so. Or whatever you're putting the stuff in. Yeah, Perry's got the easy job today. He's just got to sit in the load all, you know, play on his phone and wait for me to come over and get refilled again. You know, and obviously Phil's over there power harrowing, doing a fine job, so we're going to have to seed that afterwards. So, should be having plenty of grass, hopefully. Now, if I can figure out this lag issue, I will be very, very happy. One more scoop will fill it up, I believe. Now, the bucket holds 4,500. These hold 3,000. But you know what? You know, you guys have all been sort of like, you know, you kind of need a muck fork and things, BP, because you wouldn't put manure in something you're going to put silage in, you know. And you're absolutely right. So I decided, you know what? This thing wasn't that expensive. And it's a neat addition, I think, so. I'm going to keep an eye on this diesel in this thing. I don't want to run out. Not quite full, but full enough, I think. Full enough. Lower that. Shut it off. Jump out. Jump out. Back over here. Let's go ahead and jump in the cab. sometimes the lag is a little better when I'm not out of the cab so much. Certain jobs, as you guys know, I like to do outside the cab, but sometimes I have to adjust the way that I play too because of the lag. So, and I left off right about here, I believe. Yep. So, can we get over to this one? Can we get a lane right here? Yes, we can. Excellent. All right, let's go ahead and turn this back on. Nope. Turn this on. Okay, you don't want to turn on? Why don't you want to turn on? Because I'm moving. What's the story? There it goes. It just had to catch up. Jeez. Ugh, the lag, right? What are you going to do? All right, let's have a look at that. Yep, that's going to be perfect. I can't even move my mouse. I mean, well, you know, I guess I'm going to have to do some more detective work, do some more digging, and see what's causing a problem here. You know, again, I don't know. It seemed like it started once I started planting that soil mod grass, and I don't know if the soil mod grass is causing it, or if, you know, I'm just doing something wrong. I don't really know. So, I know I'm not thrilled about it, obviously. Excuse me. Well, I guess technically I could have went over a line, huh? Whoops. Way to waste it, BP. Oh, no. No, I'm right. Never mind. That slurry on the right, that solid manure on the left. As you can see, I've been bombing this field. So. All of this will be cultivated in. Stop that about there. Once it stops, finally, once it catches up with the lag, stop. Jesus. That's just annoying. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I sound kind of grumpy, but it's just annoying. You know what it reminds me of? I was just thinking about this. It reminds me of when you're a little kid, right, and you have your favorite toy, whatever it is. I can actually remember what my favorite toy was. Not as a little tiny kid, but as like in my 8, 9, 10 years old, because I was 10 when Star Wars came out, so the original Star Wars. And one of my favorite toys was this Han Solo blaster. If you guys remember the original Star Wars, and you remember, I gotta get over here now, and you remember Han Solo, he had this really cool blaster, right? And I used to run through the woods because I lived, where I lived was basically in the woods, where I grew up. And I used to run through the woods and, pretend I was Han Solo and, and shooting at stormtroopers and blah, 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 right? And I played with it so much, and it had batteries, and it made that pew, 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 pew noise, right? And I played with it so much that basically I broke the trigger. And I was so upset, right? I was so upset. And, and of course, my father, he wasn't trying to fix it or anything, you know what I mean? He was like, well, you broke it, that's your problem, blah, 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 right? And that's what this reminds me of. The Old Ridge is sort of like my favorite toy now, and it's not working right, and I'm sad. But at least, unlike my father, I think I can fix this, so I hope. Might as well just use up the last of this over here, I guess. Then we'll go check on Perry, and we'll see how he's doing, and we will call this an episode. And hopefully in the next episode, I won't be having this lag issue. Oh, I can't turn my mouse, so I can't turn to see where I'm going. I guess I'll just turn and hope I don't drive off the edge of the field. There we go. All right. That's enough of that, I think. Cool. This field is ready to be cultivated now. I'll have to move that last little bit of muck back to the big pile over in the dairy yard, but that's okay. Just park this over here. You can stop right there. Stop. I'm almost afraid to tab. I'm going to run over there because I'm feeling if I tab, it's going to take it a half an hour. It'll be quicker to run. We'll see how he's doing, and we'll call this an episode. I'm going to run over here. I'll say thanks, everybody. As always, thank you so much. You know, I know the videos have not been too frequent lately, but I'm really trying to get back into the swing of it. You know, again, got some health stuff going on, and, you know, but I am trying, and I appreciate every single one of you who come, who watch videos, who like, who subscribe, you know, who comment, who leave me feedback on things, who tell me stuff. You guys are awesome. You know, this would be absolutely no fun without you. So I appreciate it so much. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Hopefully you're enjoying yourself. Lots and lots of stuff to see on the channel. You know, there's a few videos that are actually decent. You know, bottom line really with this channel is, if you're new and you're trying to sort of get a handle on what's going on with it, bottom line really is that if I'm having fun, then that's, you know, that's sort of the bottom line. That's basically the idea behind this channel, and I firmly believe that if the person making the videos is having fun, then the person watching the videos will probably have fun too. Hopefully that applies to you. Make sure to check me out on all the social media, the links of which are in the description of every video. Make sure to check out Modding Central and PCSG, both great gaming communities, not just Farm Sim, but other games as well. And as always, guys, thanks so much for everything, and thank you for making me a part of your YouTube day. And this is the Bipolar Prophet saying, see you later.